to the game.
Charge it to the game. Charge it to the game. Charge it to the game. It'll never be the same. Charge it to the game. Charge it to the game. Charge it to the game. Want the money and the money and the.
Charge it to the game. Charge it to the game. Yeah. Charge it to the game. Charge it to the game. Yeah. Charge it to the game. Charge it to the game. Yeah. Charge it to the game. It'll never be the same. Don't let me get in my zone. Don't let me get in my zone. You can ask me about other girls, but don't ever get in
Oh yeah.
You lose me now, cause I got a buzz hotter than a bad bitch up in a jacuzzi. Now when I'm on a come,
We don't have a new song for me to play.
Damn, I'm a loose cannon these days.
The last one was open and I used it on the last podcast.
Okay, whatever you got to do.
So I got to throw it back. That's my new rule.
All right.
Every time we don't have a new song to play at the beginning, I throw it back.
Okay.
Yeah, so say something about
Sorry,
that.
I'm running late. When I was walking back here, Apollo insisted on getting an 11 point game of ping pong in.
Wow.
I had to wax him.
Yeah. Everyone thinks they can stick with us, but no one can.
They don't realize I'm nice.
You're all right. I'm better.
I'm up like 5-1 on you.
Bullshit.
You know it.
With the inferior balls.
Whatever, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You always got an excuse for everything.
No.
You're the excuse man.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you are.
I don't think
I like
so.
your hat choice today.
Yep. I had to wear something special on podcast 25.
Why?
25% through.
What, are we stopping at 100?
Yep.
I didn't realize that.
Yep. That's right. You didn't get the memo, but that's what I'm telling
All right, guys.
everybody.
Apparently, we're 25% through.
That's right. 25% through. You heard it here first.
Well, you're not going to hear it anywhere else.
So, how was your weekend?
My weekend? The weekend was so long ago.
That's true. You got any weekend plans?
I did. I was going to go up north to Bryson's cottage on Lake Charlevoix. Just a small group, and the weather's looking like it's going to be shitty, so we're rain checking it.
Yeah, I got a golf scramble tomorrow, and it's supposed to it looks like it's supposed to rain all afternoon. It's shitty.
Well, you could use a day off of golf. So.
No, golf all the time.
You've golfed so much this summer, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's about all I do.
Yeah, you don't work, that's for sure.
I work, and then I golf. And then I go home and I sleep, and then I work, and then I golf, and then I go sleep.
Speaking of which, British Open is going on right now. Who do you got?
I don't even know what the leaderboard is. See, you have insider information right now.
Well, I officially picked Justin Thomas in the official pick'em before the thing started. He's at 2
I mean,
under
if
right
I had to pick somebody, I'm always sticking with Ricky Fowler because I want to see him win something.
now. Okay, he's in it.
Is he? What is he at?
He's at 1 under.
See?
I'd like to see Ricky win, but my pick.
See, I can't stop picking Ricky until he wins something.
My pick was Justin Thomas, so he's looking solid. Tiger Woods started off hot. He was 2 under through 4, and I think he's even right now. So if he has a good day tomorrow, he'll be right in the thick of things. It's always more entertaining when Tiger's in it.
Yeah, for some reason.
Probably because he's the best golfer of our generation. But
yeah, well, he's all washed up. That's like being like, music isn't the same without Eminem making music.
he's not washed up. He's in contention.
Washed up.
Okay.
I was going to ask you if you watched the World Cup, but
No.
you didn't watch any of it?
I watched one game, and it was
You didn't watch?
I didn't watch the final.
Championship?
I watched the semifinal.
No?
No. Wow. France, dude. Like I said,
I have to say,
that guy stole my phone. He's been trying to get information from me and fuck with me ever since. It's fuck France.
I have to say that was probably one of the more entertaining professional soccer
You
games that
watched
I've
it
watched.
with Tony?
I actually just watched it with Aaron because I was hungover that day, and we just sat there and watched the final. And I actually it was tolerable for me to watch because it was, what was it, 4-2 or something like that?
I think so.
And there was scoring, 6 goals, which rarely happens. And
World Cup soccer is entertaining. I just didn't get around to really watching any of it this year.
see, I don't know. I mean, I watched games like here and there, not like whole games like that game, but like caught bits and pieces of it, and it just irritates me.
Did you watch any Wimbledon?
No.
I watched a little bit of that. Who won? Djokovic. Dude, they say Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer are gonna go down as like 3 of the top 5 men's tennis players of all time, and they're all like in our generation. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Serena made it to the finals after coming off a pregnancy. She lost, but she's a beast.
She is.
That gets me into something I wanted to discuss that we jokingly said we were going to discuss, and then I said, you know what? This pisses me off.
What?
When people try to have the athletic arguments between men and women. Like, there is no argument. Like when Serena made it to the finals and she's coming off the pregnancy, and I saw all these things floating around on social media like best tennis player of all time, not best female tennis player of all time, best tennis player of all time. No, she's not. She would be a shitty player on the men's tour. And that's not like talking shit. That's just genetics. That's just like what it is.
Did you hear John McEnroe got into big trouble about talking about this?
A long time ago?
No, like literally recently.
No, I thought it was like 4 years ago.
It was?
I thought.
I don't think so. I don't think it was that long ago.
There was a thing a while back. I remember him saying something about there was some interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't recently, I don't think.
I don't think it was 4 years ago.
Maybe it was recently.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it wasn't as recent as I thought that it was, but I definitely know that it wasn't.
It was at least a year ago, I think, or
could be a year ago,
half
but
a year or something. Yeah, he basically said what I'm saying. Like Serena would not compete on the men, like against the men.
Yeah.
I think he said something like she'd be the 700th.
A year ago.
She'd be the 700th ranked player.
A year ago today, yeah. And he was ranking himself too, and he's like, I'd be like 500th or something.
Yeah, he
like
said,
that.
I think he's in his 50s, and he was like, I could beat her.
Yeah.
And dude, he's probably right. That would be more of a close game than, because he still plays like in the old man stuff.
I know.
That would be more of a close match than her playing against like the best men out there right now, for sure, 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I don't know how you can watch.
I hate that I even have to say this because this honestly, this goes back to people need to choose their words more wisely. This is why when we talk about music and albums, we really differentiate between greatest and best. Because I'm here for a conversation of Serena as the greatest tennis player of all time. Because to me, greatest insinuates that you're talking about how she fares against her competition, what her accomplishments are, what her accolades are. And she's a female, so she plays women's tennis. And if she is that much better than her competition in women's tennis than, say, Roger Federer is against the men, like that's a conversation to be had.
Yeah,
I'm cool for that. But best and actually insinuating that she could beat the men? No. Stop. You're stupid. You're just fucking stupid.
Yeah, I hate all of those conversations, and it seriously drives me nuts how people can sit there and defend with a straight face that that's not true.
And I'm glad
you can't.
That pissed me off, and I did a little research.
I can't take your opinion seriously if you're going to defend that.
I did a little research because that's when I found the McEnroe thing. And I also found, and thank God, this makes me like Serena even more than I already do. She said, this was the 4 years ago thing. 4 years ago, in an interview with David Letterman, she was asked something about that. And she goes, for me, men's tennis and women's tennis are completely almost two separate sports. If I were to play Andy Murray, who, for those who don't know, is like a top 5, top 10 men's, especially at the time, was a top 5. She goes, if I were to play Andy Murray, I would lose 6-0, 6-0 in 5 to 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. No, it's true. It's a completely different sport. The men are a lot faster. They serve harder. They hit harder. It's just a different game. I love to play women's tennis. I only want to play girls because I don't want to be embarrassed. That's Serena, the greatest, best women's tennis player of all time.
Yeah.
So for all you idiots that want to speak for her and tell her that she could beat these people, she's telling you it's not even close.
Yeah.
So just shut up.
Right.
And you're actually keeping her from being, like, you're the one taking shine away. Let her be the best female tennis player and have the argument of she's the greatest tennis player, but keep the argument that she could beat the guys out of it. You know what I'm saying?
So stupid. And it's so
Praise
stupid.
her for her accomplishments and what she's doing. Talk about how she's the greatest. We could talk about how she's greater than Roger Federer or whatever. Don't say she could beat him.
It's so stupid, too, that you have to see the headlines after an interview like that McEnroe one, just saying, like, McEnroe refuses to apologize to Serena Williams. It's like,
for what?
For what? What did he do? And that's exactly what he's saying. He's like, I'm not going to apologize. What am I apologizing for?
Yeah. This all started when I was in high school. And so we had a really good basketball team when I was in high school. When I was, I think I was a senior at the time. My junior, senior year, we had really good basketball teams. And Max's mom was driving us to practice. And Max's sister went to East Lansing. And they had a really good girls basketball team. So we were Class B and we won states in hoop. They were Class A and their women won state, or their girls won states. And Max's mom is talking to us on this car ride about how she thinks their girls could beat us or could get, it would be a close game. And how do you even try to argue with someone like that? It's like
so absurd.
They're a really good team, but literally our guards are taller than their biggest players. Like, our slow guys are faster than their fast guys. Like, it's just a different game.
The physicality of it all, like, you can't even compare.
They shoot from here. We shoot from here.
Right.
Like, the physicality, the strength. Like, we have guys that
they're going to go up against your big guys that are like, get out of here. There's no way.
Right. Yeah.
Like, if the guys played the same way that they play against any other team that they play, men's team, against a women's team, the women it would be
they
abuse.
Barely score. Yeah.
It would be abuse.
Yeah, that's what pisses me off is, like, recognize how good these. I like what Serena said. It's a different game. Stop trying to compare it. Stop trying to compare it. Like, stop trying to, or you can compare it, but get the women can beat the men thing out of here. I'm sure there's certain sports that's true, but when it comes to a really athletic, where physicality is involved, no.
Hell no. Not even close. Yeah, that shit is...
So that might be my pet peeve for the week, when I had to hear about that after it was right away after Wimbledon. I got on Twitter, and one of the first things I saw was this, and it was retweeted a bunch of times, and somebody retweeted it, like, Serena Williams is the best tennis player of all time, not the best female tennis player. And that's why I had to have this topic. It's not that I out of nowhere just wanted to be like, men are better than women. It's not like, it's just it's different.
People are so lost. They're like just not in touch with reality anymore.
Right.
It's like, it's sad. Like, I don't understand how you can sit there and make an argument like that to my face.
Yeah.
Like, for real. And then you can go out and tweet it out to the world and get retweets on it and stuff.
Right.
And be like, yeah, tap my, like,
right.
Get the fuck, pat me on the back. That's a great fucking tweet.
That's a great
get
take.
Out of here.
That's what bugs me is if it was just some random person that I followed that said that, I would just shrug it off. But when it pops up on my timeline and it's like thousands of retweets, the
most popular
favorites,
tweet of the
I'm
day.
like, no. So there are actually this many people that think this is a legitimate thing. This has to be debunked.
Out of here. No. Dude.
But that aside, obviously, props to Serena, like, and coming back from having a kid and going to the finals of Wimbledon less than a year later, I think, and like that's something that a man will never have to do. Like, that's awesome in its own right. So just let it be.
Separate,
yeah, exactly. Let it be dope. Let it be dope.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be like overall dope,
Right.
like all encompassing tennis dope.
Right.
Like that doesn't exist.
Right. It's like saying like a man can cook better than a woman or do laundry better than a woman.
Oh my God.
I'm obviously kidding.
When you're talking about like physical sport though, like I cannot take you seriously when you say shit like that. I just can't.
Yep.
Like it's different. To me it's very different when you're talking about like what's a sport that's not like one of those like kind of sports, like darts or like what else would even like, there's certain sports though that you could say like man or woman.
Yeah,
you
I know.
could be
I can't
like,
think of any off the top of my head because
but I don't count those as physical sports though. Like,
and like there
they're
are
more
some,
like tactile.
there are
like-
some that are better example. Like they're still not exactly even, but they're better than football, basketball, baseball, even tennis. Like golf, for example. There's a lot of things that women can do just as well as men, but they can't hit it as far.
No.
So that hurts.
Yeah, you're done right there, honestly. Like, if you can't hit it as far, they stretch the course more for men than they do for women.
Right.
In the major championships.
Yeah. But yeah, that you get the point. That was my pet peeve of the week. So I'm out of topics now.
Wow, that's it? That's all you got?
No, I'm kidding. Chance the Rapper dropped some music.
Yep. I listened to him, all the songs.
Wow, you want a round of applause?
I do want a round of applause. Let me find it.
I listened to him, all the songs, all 4 of them.
That's right. Give it up for the old Moe-T man.
God, you found time when you weren't golfing and being,
Honestly, the
being
only one
hungover.
that I liked is I might need security, but that's
that was my favorite. The other ones were fine.
okay. Yeah, I
The
can't say
65th
I can't
and
say I hated them.
whatever I thought was the second best.
kind of just blended in with you.
Yeah, but
Whatever.
I thought the security one was dope because you rarely hear Chance just spitting bars like that.
And I haven't heard a beat like that.
And
in a
that,
while.
yeah, that sample and shit, that was
Yeah.
kind of old school. It was dope.
Yeah, that was like Kanye-esque.
I liked that. But yeah, no real deep dive into that, but it's good to hear music from Chance. He said he hinted at dropping an album and pulled back on that and said no and gave us these 4 songs. But I think he's working on an album that's being produced by Kanye or executive produced or whatever the case may be.
I
But
heard that rumor.
yeah, so I mean that should be pretty fire
Yeah.
whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
I didn't even look to see who producers were on these songs. I should probably do that because especially that security one.
Oh, the producers? Yeah. No, I just listened to them this evening before the podcast.
Wiz dropped Rolling Papers 2.
Didn't listen to that.
I didn't either, and I want to because I haven't. Wiz is one of my favorites of all time. Honestly, not like top 3, top 5, but just like top 20. I like him. There was a period of time where he was definitely one of my favorites, so he'll always have a nostalgic factor for me. But as far as his recent music, I'm never rushing to hear it. But the fact that it's Rolling Papers 2, especially, like Rolling Papers was one of his when I was really on to Wiz. Not that was my favorite project, but it was that period of time.
Right.
And that project was underrated, at least in my circle, I feel like. Because it always got overshadowed by Cushion OJ and even like Deal or No Deals and other stuff like that. There were some joints on Rolling Papers.
Yeah.
And so I do kind of want to hear it just to see what Wiz is on these days because I don't really know.
No, I haven't listened to Wiz in a while. But he always used to be the shit that we would play like back in the day. Always.
Yeah, he was always in rotation at parties we would throw in college and stuff like that.
That was like a year. Like literally a
Probably a
year
couple,
of our lives.
probably a few.
That was in heavy rotation.
But yeah, I want to give that a listen.
So I have I wanted to heat check Drake on you after another week has gone by. Do you still feel the same way?
Yeah, I haven't really changed my mind on the Drake album.
No.
What did I say?
Do you
about
think
it?
it is as great as what you thought that it was? last week?
Did I say it?
Yeah, you were under the impression that it was way better than what I was under the impression that it was.
Yeah, I mean, I stand by. I stand by anything.
Still in
I said.
rotation?
Yeah, for sure.
Heavy rotation?
Yeah, like
Okay.
if I get in my whip, that's I'm playing more Drake than anything else
Okay.
right now.
I'm playing even less of it right now.
Well, you're weird because you got here and talked about how like it wasn't that great and didn't have replay value, and then you were like, yeah, here's the ones I saved, and it was like 20 songs.
Yeah, but we'll see how long those stay in the rotation because I'm sure half of them are already out of there. Get them out of there.
I think Summer Games is the one I play the most. Obviously, In My Feelings is getting tons of play from the Shiggy dance. People got to chill with the In My Feelings dance. It's getting overdone now. It's time. We need to stop. It's had its run. It wasn't even that dope to begin with. Like, it never really even entertained me much. Am I just getting old? Because that was like, there's stuff that's cool, and like, I'm not just the one calling everything corny and don't do anything, but that one never really did anything for me.
I think we're getting old.
No, that shit's just whack.
I'm pretty sure we're getting old. I can see it in myself.
You are.
Oh, yeah, because I'm 2 years older than you. It's not that far away.
Yeah, you're not aging as well as I
Yeah,
am,
okay.
as gracefully.
Okay.
How do you? Has your opinion changed?
No, it's literally stayed the same.
You don't even know what your opinion is.
You can go back to the last podcast. It's
No,
literally
I
the
know.
same.
You were talking down on it, and then you told me that you saved the whole album. This doesn't
not
have
save
replay
the
value.
whole-
This doesn't have replay value except for three-quarters of the
saved-
album.
No, I saved like 10 songs. 10.
All right.
5 from each side.
Okay. I'm with you.
And I'm pretty sure that list has dwindled since we last talked.
All right.
Plus, I mean, I haven't even been listening to a lot of stuff anyway recently. Nothing's really tickled my fancy.
I feel like pretty soon you're going to start being a country guy.
No. It's not going to happen. That'll never happen. Ever.
Moe-T's been back in the studio making some beats.
That's right. I'm sick of this garbage ass music that's being produced by other people.
You sent me some good shit. I was surprised.
I sound like Cyrus there. Sorry.
What do you mean?
Did you see Cyrus's latest Twitter rant that he's done buying beats and he's only going to produce his own now?
Oh, really?
That's his new kick.
I didn't even know he was producing like that.
Well, it just started last week, so we'll see how that goes.
Dope. That'd be
But
sick.
I mean, it'd be
More,
dope.
the more shit you can do yourself, the better.
We'll see.
Oh, I had a I don't even remember what caused it now, but just a little revelation, and we've kind of gotten away. We started doing a lot of advice for independent artists and speaking from that perspective, and something hit me this week, and I just jotted down the note of stepping out of your comfort zone. And that is something that I think gets overlooked from the perspective of, okay, it's much easier to emerge as an independent artist, as an artist these days, because of the ability to be independent and do all these things from the comfort of your home and the internet.
Yeah.
Starting there, saying stepping out of your comfort zone, I think people think of, and rightly so, when you make music, you're putting your personal experiences out there, you're writing your life in your music, you're getting on stage and standing in front of all these people. All that stuff is very, very much so for a lot of people stepping out of your comfort zone. I am an introvert, I would say, and doing all those things is stepping out of my comfort zone in a big way. But everybody kind of knows that. That's cliche. What I'm talking about is stepping out of your comfort zone in, if you want to be one of those independent artists that actually does something and emerges, there's lots of little things that are probably not going to be the first thing you want to do, like making all these little phone calls, like telling people things that they absolutely do not want to hear when it comes to business. You're going to start probably by start in business with your friends, because you're going to start with, okay, I need someone to take this photo or do this video or make this beat. And you're going to start with a circle of friends, and it's going to develop into business, and you're going to have really tough conversations with people and tell people stuff they don't want to hear, and vice versa. And you're going to have to get away from just trying to please people, because otherwise you're not going to get anywhere. Like you're just going to bend over and take it, and that's not going to get you anywhere. Like, you can be strategic. You just have a plan, and you got to stick to it regardless of what other people are coming in and pressures that are being applied to you. And I just don't think that gets talked about enough. You hear about, oh, step out of your comfort zone, get on stage and talk to all these people, or talk to the fans, and this type of stuff, which is all true and all good and all fair. But I think the little things get overlooked. Like, those are some of the biggest things that you have to do on a day-to-day basis in order to do, unless you have a great team around you and you are just able to be that artist, and that's all.
No, I was actually thinking about this the other day too, is just trying to think of what the gap is between, like, when we came up in the next generation, like after us, and the reason why, it's so strictly online now, and it might not necessarily be the best thing for a lot of these artists, is I think the missing link was we were forced into something that wasn't just the internet to get going in our music career. It was building connections first, getting shows first. It wasn't get a distribution deal with TuneCore first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was literally like, yeah, you would release music, you had YouTube, but it wasn't as easy as just like, let me depend on these like playlists or these certain curators and things like that. Like, that wasn't a thing. All you had was blogs.
Right.
And Lord knows how, because everybody was competing for blogs then.
That's true.
And so it was so hard to get onto blogs because you had like the Big Sean's and the J. Cole's and the Mac Millers and everybody like that on the blogs.
Right.
The same blogs that you were trying to pitch to.
Right.
As a fucking nobody.
Right.
So what your mentality was different back then. You had to, you uploaded to the internet, but you had to go out. You had to like make connections in your hometown. You had to get the shows to literally make yourself look like you're actually trying to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe it was more to an extent, but everything you're saying, I think you still have to do now, though.
No. You do, but you don't have to do it as much.
Maybe.
I don't think so. Not to see the same amount of success that you can see now.
But it's like you said, like now you have these playlists and stuff. Okay, yeah, but it's hard to get on these playlists that actually matter, just like it was hard to get on blogs.
Yeah, but you can play the game a lot more efficiently. Like, imagine if we started in this day and we released the amount of music that we released today on Spotify, or not the amount of music that we released back in 2009 to today on Spotify from the start.
Yeah.
Imagine that we could get all those rights, or we played the game and we didn't do like Sunroom type of shit or whatever. Imagine it was as easy as it is to like find the beats and do all that.
What's your point?
My point is you can play the numbers game, you can play the analytics game, you can play.
Yeah, we could have put all that stuff up, and we could have like made some money, whatever. But there's no guarantee that we would build any type of fan base.
There's never a guarantee.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is you still. That's why I think I don't think it's that big of a difference where you still do have to gather that core fan base, and you still have to do shows, and you still have to.
I'm not saying that you don't have to. What I'm saying is it's less. The importance has shifted. The importance has shifted from putting on the facade in your person, in your persona, to what you're literally strictly what you're doing online, and that's it. Yeah, I mean, I think that's since since the internet started, I think there's been a trend that way. Yes, but I don't think necessarily. I think the bigger trend probably happened between like 2003 and 4 to 2000
like that decade, to 2014, than it has the last 5 years. I think
I don't think so.
I do.
I think you can easily be a rapper in your bedroom right now and never show your face anywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I just think the jump happened more like we came, like when we started, we were hitting that jump. That jump had already occurred. Yeah, it's gradually kept going.
no, we were in the middle of that jump.
Maybe, but there were
That's why it was.
but there were other people that caught on to that before us. It's not like we weren't even in the first wave.
No, what I'm saying though is we were in the middle of the wave.
Okay.
Where it made it easier, yes, for sure, but you couldn't just sit there and be like YouTube, SoundCloud, and
You could.
but it
That's
wasn't
literally how we built our fan base.
No, there was nothing you couldn't be sustainable that way. There's no way that you could make money. There's no way that you could do any of that stuff.
Right, because, well, no, that's not true, because you absolutely could. You could garner a YouTube, SoundCloud fan base, and then you could make an album and sell it on iTunes.
No, not YouTube? No.
How do you think we garnered our fan base, our core fan base? How do you think we did it?
What I'm saying is yes.
No, answer that question.
Through YouTube,
Yeah.
But
So why did you just say through YouTube?
why did we never release anything to be purchased until 2013?
Because we kept wanting to build the fan base for exposure through stuff, free stuff like SoundCloud and YouTube before we tried to go cash in on something like iTunes. Because if you...
Do you think we could have curated that fan base the same way if we would have just never showed our face?
Just like today, I think, like I'd said, I think doing all the shows and doing whatever in person is still necessary and helps. But I don't think it's the number one way that we garnered a fan base. I think it's the same, very similar to today as it was then. I think now the biggest difference between then and now is that when we were first starting, streaming was not as big a thing as it is now.
But that's what I'm saying though, is we had to garner through. I think you downplay and forget the importance of showing through video. Yes, for sure, that we were out doing stuff.
Yeah.
With our day. Now you don't have to do that. It's not a big deal because all you need to do is just put videos out and stuff like that.
You don't.
You can be a hermit and still make money.
Which we could have done then too.
No,
I don't get what you're saying.
Not to the extent
like
that
we've always preached that we never really made our money on shows and touring and whatever. We made our money through doing shit on YouTube and SoundCloud.
You're
garnering a fan base.
You're viewing this to A to B.
I'm not saying now is exactly the same as it was 10 years ago. I'm just saying I don't think it's as different as, like, you keep making the statement of now you can be a hermit and do all this shit. Well, you could have then. It's not like we were out there on the road making guap.
You think you could do the exact same thing 10 years ago?
I didn't say the exact same thing.
That's my point. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm saying that
I think back 10 years ago, you could have a YouTube channel, a SoundCloud account, and you could post a bunch of music, garner a fan base, and then you could cash in on iTunes. Now, I think the advantage people have now is that instead of having to use SoundCloud and YouTube, which you don't really, you can make some money on YouTube, but it's not great money. And now you can actually put your music onto streaming services that pay you and also give you exposure. That's the biggest difference.
And that's a big difference.
But it has nothing to do with going outside.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You keep talking about this hermit and going and doing stuff.
I'm saying that has taken the place. The curated playlists and the Spotify's and everything like that.
But the curated
has taken the place of the exposure that you would get elsewhere back in the day.
I don't know. I can see it a little bit, but I don't think it makes the difference that you're acting like it makes.
I think it makes a huge difference, and I think that's why the music and the music landscape in general is so different.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never arguing that the landscape isn't changing like crazy as time goes by and that streaming hasn't changed things a lot. I just think 10 years ago, you could sit in your crib and be an artist and make money just like you could today. It's just in different ways. It just was through different platforms and you had to do it differently. Like you have to adjust with the times. But I don't think someone can just sit on their ass right now and get on these great playlists that garner a fan. Like you don't just garner a fan base that's going to stick with you by just sitting in the crib and posting music. You have to be making connections that are going to get you on these playlists to actually garner. Because just because you get some big song on a playlist doesn't even mean that you're garnering fans. You might be getting some plays on that song, but you probably paid someone to get on there if you're not stepping out of your crib and making connections. So if you're not doing something that actually builds a foundation and you're just doing something to like get your numbers up for the meantime, that's not going to get you anywhere anyway.
That's exactly what I'm saying though, is that's why it's so crazy right now, is that you could literally sit in your crib, pay, promote, do whatever you need to do to get onto these curated playlists, and boom, be making money. They don't have to even be real fans.
No, I disagree.
I don't know how you can disagree with that. That's
okay, boom, be making money, like money that's going to do anything for you, or like just some money. No, but there's a difference between making a little bit of money and actually like being an artist for a living.
Okay, if you make it onto one Spotify curated playlist, big one.
But did you pay to get on it, or were you out there making connections that you're like?
Say you paid $2,000 to get on there.
Okay, so you paid $2,000 and you got one of your songs on a curated playlist,
and you generated 20 million plays on that song.
I don't think you're gonna pay $2,000 and generate 20 million plays
on one of those big ones. You will.
Then let's do it. I mean, seriously, 20 million plays? What the fuck are we doing?
I don't know.
Let's do it.
I mean, if you know the connection, let's go.
I don't. So you're coming up with this random ass hypothetical connection. I don't think you're going to go pay $2,000 and get a song 20 million plays. I don't think that's how it works.
How do you think it works?
I think you can pay a certain amount of money. Like we were just talking about it the other day. You can pay a certain amount of money and you might be able to pay $2,000 and your song might get maybe 1 million plays. You're not going to pay $2,000 and get 20 million plays, dude.
It's based on the playlist.
No shit. But $2,000 isn't getting you on a playlist that's getting you 20 million plays. Unless you have some great connections. And in that case, you're probably stepping out of the crib and actually doing shit and not just sitting there and purchasing everything you get. That's what I'm trying to say. Like everything, the amount of work you put in helps you build that foundation of realness that allows you to actually be an artist for a living. You can sit in your crib and randomly get your numbers up in different areas because you're paying for different services and you're being that person and you might be able to make a little bit of money, but nothing is, at the end of the day, nothing is really that real. And at the end of the day, that shit's going to crumble. That's what I'm saying.
I know, but I don't know how you can deny that you see a lot of these newer artists popping up today that have literally done that. They've released music on Spotify all the time, have garnered a fan base because they've been curated on certain playlists, and then they can sell shows now. But that the fans have never attached themselves to anything outside of that.
But how is that any different? These artists putting out these songs on Spotify continuously and garnering a fan base. How is that any different than someone 10 years ago putting a bunch of content out on YouTube and SoundCloud and garnering a fan base and now being able to do shows?
Are we talking about, because when you say content, what are we talking about? Because Spotify is only music.
Okay.
So YouTube songs. So if you literally just posted songs with an album art on YouTube, you think you could curate
How
the
do you
same
think
amount of people?
SoundCloud rappers started? People posted a bunch of music on SoundCloud and worked through SoundCloud to connect with other people through SoundCloud and got their SoundCloud numbers up, and all of a sudden they have this big SoundCloud fan base and they can go tour off of it.
Yeah, but SoundCloud wasn't. SoundCloud wasn't curating those.
Yeah, even if you want to get into, okay, but whatever. Like this is,
it's not whatever.
No, it is, because you need to get into this. Like, okay, you talk about this curated. So are you talking about like radio for a song, like a song's radio that it's gonna pop up on some people's playlists and whatever? Spotify is gonna get you extra listens that way. Nothing substantial enough to make a real dent and give you some real money.
I'm saying it's self-contained, which makes it easier.
Yes, okay. It is easier to make some money and also have people hear your music now because of Spotify.
And attach themselves to you.
Because of streaming.
Yes.
Okay.
That's all I was arguing. That's it.
Okay, I said that a while ago. I said streaming has like the availability of Spotify and Apple Music but you also have the other aspect of 10 years ago, before streaming was like this, if I garnered a fan base through YouTube and SoundCloud, I could cash in way more on iTunes because people were buying my album for $9.99.
Yeah,
and I was getting 70% of that. Now streaming, you just like
I would agree, but I don't think it was as common.
Okay, yeah. So I would never disagree that the trend is like there's more and more and more and more and more and more artists because music is more and more and more and more accessible through streaming and stuff like that, for sure.
And it's a one-stop shop. That's what I'm like. People don't need to go look anymore. It's all there. Like Spotify puts puts stuff in front of you for you to listen to now.
Right. But I guess where I differed from you is you made it sound like now you can just go upload a ton of music to Spotify, and through magical curated playlists, if you just put a bunch of music out, you're going to garner a fan base and you're going to make a living as an artist.
All that I'm saying is it's easier and more likely now because it's self-contained.
Of course, as time is going on, it is easier to become an independent artist.
It doesn't live in multiple places anymore. It's literally in one spot.
For sure. As with all these different things, it is. We've talked about this a million times. As time goes on, it has been easier and easier to become your own independent artist from your computer.
A lucrative independent artist.
I mean, we're just going to go in circles on this.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But what I'm telling you is if you're going to be a lucrative artist, you aren't just sitting there uploading songs to Spotify and Apple Music. You will not be a lucrative artist based off that. You do have to do these other things. You have to do the shows. You have to do the networking. Because even if you sit at your computer and buy plays, essentially, not buy plays, but buy onto certain playlists and things like this, you're only, like, if you spent $2,000, which to an artist who isn't anything is a lot of money, and you got 1 million plays, which I don't know if that's the general equivalent, but it's definitely way closer to that than 20 million plays. And so if you did that, still of those 1 million plays, 0.0 whatever percentage are actually going to stick with you as fans, likely.
Yeah, correct.
And so that's what I'm saying. You do have to do these other things, because if you just did that, you might make some money on that one song that you already sunk $2,000 into, plus however much you bought the beat, whatever, plus whatever type of marketing you did for it. So whatever, yeah, you might make some money on the back end of that, but it ain't anything crazy, because 1 million spins on Spotify doesn't even get, what does that make you? What does 1 million spins on Spotify make you?
Not much.
What do they say it is? Like 0.003?
06.
$6,000. Is that even right?
Yeah, sounds right.
Okay, so let's say off that song, then you made $3,000. So you spent $2,000 to get on the playlist. You spent another $1,000 somewhere else, beat, marketing, whatever, video. Okay, and you made $7,000 off of it, or you made $4,000. So we'll say something like that. Okay, that's the song, because you are nothing as an artist. So all your other shit isn't getting anything.
Yeah, but what's stopping you from just taking that same strategy with every single thing that you release at that point? You
could try that. But like we said, we're coming up with this random hypothetical thing too. And that's I don't even know that's how it works, because I've never bought onto any playlist.
That's the only reason why I'm saying this, is because if you take that scenario, assuming that it works, because both of us have no idea. This is just a hypothetical, because that's all it can be.
Right.
So much of this is chance anyway. So
a rapper.
But you take that and you go back 10 years and you're like, okay, what would the equivalent of a strategy like that be 10 years ago?
It would be like paying to get on blogs and shit like that.
Right.
Which is not money in your pocket.
Correct. That's exactly what I'm saying.
But like I said, I don't know that paying to get on these playlists is necessarily money
and no one does. And I guess that's the thing, is like when you try to equate like an amount of money to spend to get a certain amount of plays, that's not even how it works in general. It's just you pay someone to market you, and by happenstance, it gets posted on something that is lucrative.
Right.
That's it.
So I guess obviously we both agree that it is easier to do to be an independent artist from your computer now. But I guess where we're just gonna have to agree to disagree is that I don't think it's to be able to be an artist as a living. I still think all those things you mentioned are things like that we had to do 10 years ago as far as getting out and doing shows and all that stuff. I still think you have to do it today. Just
you
as much
have to do it. Just as much
as you like, very similar amount as you did 10 years ago. Because yeah, do you have to do it today? No. But you also didn't have to do it 10 years ago either.
No. But yeah, I guess the only thing we disagree on is that I think it was much more important 10 years ago than it is today.
And I think it's only a little. So, and I'm right.
I don't think so. I think I'm right.
Speaking of shows, Chicago, September 6th. I am coming with Ali. We're coming through to, I believe it's Shuba's. And it's a smaller, intimate venue. So if you think you want to go, cop your tickets because we're trying to sell that thing out.
Which is always the goal.
Right. Which would be really dope. And it's not always possible because I'm not going to be out here in front like I can go to some random city and sell 500 tickets. But this is a smaller venue that we can sell out between Ali and I. And that would be really dope. So if you think you want to go, I'm not just saying this from a marketing like, get your tickets before they sell. I'm actually saying get your tickets because it's a smaller venue, and I would not be surprised if come day of show and closer to the show that there aren't tickets available. Also, before you speak up,
another show?
The following day,
another one.
I will be in Minnesota, Minneapolis, at the Poorhouse, Dinkytown. And Ali will be with me as well. That will be a Friday evening, all ages, Minneapolis. We're recording this podcast Thursday night, so we haven't announced it yet. But by the time you hear this podcast tomorrow or very soon after, we will be posting the ticket link for Minneapolis. So come to both of them if you're a Midwest person. Minneapolis is on a Friday. I know you guys don't got shit to do. Come through both of them. If I see people at multiple stops, I will definitely will hook you up with some gear or something, because that's dopeness.
Yep.
But yeah, September 6th, Chicago, September 7th, Minneapolis. Ali will be at both shows, and we'll be getting it in.
Ticket links will be at our website, and you know where that is.
Gee.
New to the independent music scene, speaking of Spotify, they keep killing the game. They have released a feature that allows you to submit your scheduled releases to straight to their editorial team through your artist dashboard to potentially get your music onto their curated playlist.
Say that one more time.
Through your artist dashboard, you can actually, there's a feature to submit. If you have a song that's scheduled a week in advance,
okay,
you can submit that song to their editorial team for review to get featured on a curated playlist.
Did we do that with my upcoming release?
We did.
Very good. Very good.
But it literally just got released yesterday, that feature.
So it's not even a full week in advance.
But they let me do it. So
it's not a full week in advance, but
we'll see.
Okay.
So
we'll do it with the following one.
But that's nice.
I got a banger.
That's nice to know, though.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it could end up getting muddied up with.
Well, they have this like form that you have to fill out, and it's like it asks you like 5 different questions or whatever.
Like what?
Like what mood you think it like? They have like options,
like a real like laid back, chill like sexy.
And there's a bunch of other like obviously the genre. It asks you to describe. Mood? Yeah, it asks you to describe the song.
Did you say big vibe?
I said this song sucks. If you feature it, get the fuck out of here.
That's actually probably the type of shit they'll feature. All these hipsters.
Yeah, for sure. But
Oh, he said this song sucks. We gotta put this on Rap Caviar.
this song is racist and sexist. But yeah, that was exciting for I got that email and I was like, wow, Spotify, really? You know?
Yeah, that's cool. Good shit.
I mean, it makes you feel like you're in control when you're not in control.
So are you a Spotify user over Apple Music?
No.
You're still an Apple Music guy. When is Apple Music gonna put out a fucking dashboard?
They have it, but it's not officially out of beta yet.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It was supposed to be out of beta in the spring.
You need to submit separately. Because I have a feeling they're not. The reason why we haven't gotten accepted is because
you submitted as a label.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got to use your own Apple ID and try to submit that as an artist. You'll probably get it right away.
I don't have my Apple ID. Someone in France does.
But personally, I use Apple Music just because I am an Apple user. So everything is just better.
I'm an Apple user.
But as an artist standpoint and a guy that does music, I mean, dude, Spotify is just...
I don't use Apple Music. Like, I obviously have it to just check up on things, but if I had to...
I mean, the thing is, Spotify does just kill the game and everything.
Spotify's dope.
If it literally wasn't for Apple Music just integrating into all the Apple shit way better than Spotify, I'd use Spotify.
Okay.
But... you know, I don't really use their, like, curated playlist all that much or anything like that. Like, I like to just pick my music and listen to it because it's so rare that I actually do get to listen to it anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, I don't really need all that extra shit. But if I was, like, a music fan, like, you know, just like a fan.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't making music for a living, I'd probably use Spotify for sure. It'd help you discover a lot of new music, too. I feel like it's just way better for that kind of stuff than Apple Music is. It's way cleaner, and it lets the artist have a little bit more control, too, which is good for a fan.
Right. Yeah, I'm a big Spotify fan.
It lets you know, upcoming shows. And
then as an artist, too, obviously, since I just don't even have a Apple Music dashboard, it's like I always am going to veer towards Spotify because I can actually see my numbers.
Right. Well, and, like, even... just the way that they have it laid out, as far as it's easy to understand, like, what certain things do, like with Spotify when you follow somebody. Like, your release radar is for that. Like, it lets you know who you're following, what their latest releases are. Like, that's pretty fucking simple. I still don't know what following does on Apple Music. Still haven't figured it out.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know anything about it because I don't use it. So,
but I don't know, whatever. I don't get notified of anything. There's no, like, release radar type of a thing in there.
Release radar.
Yeah, but yeah, Spotify kills the game. They keep killing the game. Okay. All right. We need to take voicemails because we haven't done it in a while.
Okay.
I got 2 picked out here.
Forgot we even did that.
Let's try this out.
Hey guys, my name's Craig. Big fan.
Start screening
I'll just, jump straight to my question here, and that is, how much longer...
Okay, I didn't hear this dude's name because you were yelling on
Craig.
Craig?
I don't know.
Craigslist. Hey guys, my name's Craig. Big fan. Anyway, I'll just jump straight to my question here, and that is, how much longer till you guys sign a female artist? And maybe if you don't sign a female, you could at least put out more tracks in collaboration with girl singers. I don't know. I just think they could really add to the dynamic of your music and potentially introduce like a new layer to the Specktator sound. Yeah, anyway, would you mind just kind of expanding on that and tell me what you think?
Could that question be any more
he must not have heard
well-timed for this podcast?
He must not have heard the beginning of this podcast. We're sexist over here.
Oh my god. Of course that question will come right now.
Honestly, I'm just not as plugged in with female artists and singers. B, the fan base that we have garnered, I think, like we can see what type of songs become popular and what type of songs have success within our fan base, and it is not
that type of song.
I do agree. I would love to work with more female artists, get more featured hooks, things like that. A lot of it's just my network. I know more male artists. I know more rappers. I have more of a network with that. As far as signing a female artist, totally for it. But we're not gonna go sign someone because we feel like we want a female artist. If a female artist presents herself and comes like, if we are presented and come across a female artist that we're like, she's dope, we're gonna want to sign her.
Right.
That if she fits our label and all this shit. But we're not gonna go sign someone. We're not gonna go look for a female. Just like, honestly, dude, I always feel shitty about the fact that we're a hip hop label and we got a bunch of white guys. Like Marcus is the only black guy on our label, especially hip hop being a black art form originally and shit like that. But I'm not going to go sign someone because they're black. And I'm not going to deny a dope white rapper that I come across an opportunity if I feel like he's going to do well with the Specktators just because we can't have another white guy. So that's just what it is. I would love to work with more female artists. It's just a matter of
we sign artists that catch our attention,
and work with our scheme and label.
Well, yeah. Because even so, I think about signing a female artist right now, and it scares me a little bit because not necessarily because of anything that you said, which are good points, but from my side of the thing is I take comfort in knowing that if any of our guys couldn't mix their shit, I could do it. And I do for, half of you guys. But if anything ended up happening, like I could do it. I've never mixed a female artist like that before. I've mixed hooks and stuff like that, but doing it on a regular basis, especially
like a singer,
if it's a singer, it's tough for me, man. Like I know I could do it, but it would be a learning curve at that point. And it would take time for it to actually happen.
Is it bad that I don't really like female rappers?
I mean, I never really have either, but
and I don't really know why. Like maybe it's just simply a relatability thing.
I think it is because rap is so much of that for guys.
Yeah,
I would assume. Like think about how many guys like. I mean,
but I listen to a bunch of
get it all
but
the
I listen
time.
to a bunch of shit from like gangster ass rap that I can't relate to at all, and I like it.
Yeah, but I think there's certain undertones though that are like kind of relatable though too. Like
Maybe.
like even just the hustle of it all, or like something like that.
But a
just
female
like,
rapper can talk about that.
Yeah, but I think it's a female. Like it's just that I'm a guy. Like I relate to guys. I relate to the way guys say stuff.
I'm a guy. I like guys.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
I'm a guy. I have relations with guys. That's what I heard you say.
That's not what I said. So
okay.
No, I mean, okay. So if you're taking life advice from somebody, are you more likely to take it from like, and it's a guy problem that you're having?
I'm more likely to take advice from a guy because guys' brains are bigger.
And obviously, he is not joking.
You didn't hear about the
send all hate mail to the Specktators Collective.
You didn't hear about the new study? Gloria's gonna kill me after this podcast.
Did John McEnroe do it?
Okay. We got one more question.
Hey guys, it's Greg. I'm from Lehighton, PA, small town, about a half hour away from Allentown. My question is, have you ever thought about doing a show in PA? If so, just let me know. Thanks.
Yeah, so shout out PA, by the way. You live relatively close to my aunt and uncle who are in very small town, Zionsville. Zionsville, if you didn't hear that.
Not Toronto.
But I know that's near Allentown. But yeah, actually, and we'll see how it goes. We're trying to put together like a few little one-off shows that make sense. Like we said, we got Chicago, Minneapolis right now. We're going to try to put together a few more. I don't know how many it'll end up being. I don't know if we'll keep it like strictly to some Midwest stuff, if we'll be able to stretch further. But yeah, if we do PA, it'd probably be Philly. Yeah, I would love to hit like Philly, Boston, New York, any combination of those three. And we'll see. I mean, it's just sometimes the logistics of it are tough with the teams we're working with and the people we're working with and the shows and the venues and the promoters and stuff like that. But yeah, for sure. And you will know. We will I be looking out, since we've already rolled out a couple of shows in September. Like if we're gonna look to do a few shows throughout September and October. So if it doesn't happen then, it probably won't happen until 2019. So soon or next year.
Soon, coming soon.
Because I ain't doing the winter tour show shit again. I hate that.
Oh, fuck that. I'm not doing that.
You're always like going to a different city like, oh God, I hope we don't get another blizzard because no one's going to come. And it's like not even to take into account the annoyingness of travel when it's shitty like that.
Right. Yeah. So we will be doing the podcast next week, but the week after that, we will be off. There will be
You don't want to do an on-site podcast?
I don't know if I can pull that off.
We could bring the equipment.
Could we?
Oh yeah.
I mean, we could, I guess. I don't know.
It'd be fun.
We could try it.
It'd be fun.
We should do a podcast on the golf course. That's what we should do. Just hook up the boom mics to the poles on the golf cart and then just...
That'd be sick. Except it'd be really annoying for people to watch because every 5 seconds we'd be getting out to hit a shot.
So you take the mic with you?
Yeah, I don't think that would work.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Or we could just tool around in the golf cart until the podcast is done and then start our round.
Yeah. Yeah, we could just get there early, take a golf cart, like say we're going to hit the range. We could just do it on the range.
We could.
At the summit or something. Just go down there.
As long as there's not many people down there and no one's giving us weird looks.
Yeah. We could maybe go at like a weird time.
I don't know. Okay, I'll take that back. We'll try.
Maybe we'll do an on-site podcast. We're going on vacation with the fam. We do this every year. We go play a bunch of golf for a week up north Michigan. That's in 2 weeks. So, but we'll see. I'll see if I can get Moe-T to hook us up with an on-site podcast. But we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll let you know next week.
Okay. Any last thoughts?
I'm a little scared to see what you come up with for the title of this podcast. Don't do anything too crazy.
The power.
Okay, I'm taking the soundboard away from you.
Why? It's fun.
Are you outroing to my song that's coming out next week?
Yep. Packy's got a new song coming.
I stay with
next week.
I stay with one in the tuck.
This one is called Used Cars, and it will be available next Monday.
Yep.
Next Monday. All right. Good?
Yeah, I'm outie.
And that concludes podcast 25.
Yep, only 75 more to go, and then we're done. Apparently.
Then we're 100% done.
We gon' be rich someday. We got potential and shit, man. We got something to say. I think we different. It's just the way that we made. Give us a TV show. Give me a record deal. Give me $1 million. Sit back and let me build. Yeah. Fast forward, none of that happened. But I made a living and I did that shit rapping. Still whipping. Used cars. They said we never get too far. Riding around in used cars. Maybe we'll never be huge stars. Used cars. Riding around in used cars. Rolling around in used cars. Maybe we'll never be huge stars. I had a 99 prism, 99 problems, but nothing was wrong with it. Got me round campus, got me to all my classes. Opportunity knocking, took me to all my chances. Got me up out of work to work on all of my classics. If it wasn't for her, about that life wouldn't happen. Could you even imagine it get like this? Always felt it, but now I'm